welcome to Parlour Raceway out here in Southern California. I'm David Langren with RacerX Magazine, and as you've just seen, we've got a beautifully restored 1987 RM125 out here today, along with a 2017 RM-Z250, and it's no secret that the 2017 hasn't really changed that much. It's pretty much the same bike as the 2016. There's a few cosmetic differences, but for the most part, it's the same bike. And we're not out here trying to compare these two bikes today. We just wanted to do something a little bit different for this intro. So we've got 80s icon Scott Burnworth out here today to do some laps on both bikes. And thanks for coming out, Scott. Really appreciate it. I know the track's getting rough out there today, and you've been doing a lot of riding on both these bikes. So you come from an era of motocross where Supercross didn't have a 125 support class. So if you wanted to race indoors, you were kind of thrown to the walls immediately in racing against the likes of Bailey, Glover, Ward, Barnett, and so on. So as a young guy turning pro, trying to make a name for himself, how was that for you?
Exactly. It was pretty tough. You know, we came, right from minis right into the 125 of, to learn, and then we got thrown, into the 250 Supercross right off of that. So it was really tough. You had guys out there that had, years of experience, the guys that I used to look at in magazines and stuff, all of a sudden I'm lining up with them. So it was pretty intimidating, to say the least. And, the first couple of years, it was just, just to make the main, it was pretty a good achievement for me. So it was tough.
Yeah, they didn't have any Supercross practice tracks back then either.
No, there was a few select tracks around, but we didn't really have that. So we'd be out in the hills riding out there, or homemade tracks here and there, and yeah, it would have helped definitely for sure.
So tell us a little about this retro build that you've got here, how and why it came about, and why you chose the Suzuki over the other brands.
Right, I went to a vintage race out in Arizona, and some guy had this bike for sale, and it was really beat up, and he was selling it, and I go, hey, that would be kind of fun to build up and race it at our local races. So I bought it, and it took a little while because I got a lot of help from a lot of companies in the industry, and it took a while to get a lot of parts and get it together. But I mean, it's come out great, and it's a blast to ride.
Do you have any other bikes other than this one? Do you have any modern four-strokes?
No, I don't have a modern bike right now.
So we also had the guys from LitPro come out today, so we could gather some data from Scott's motos on the RM125 and then the 2017 RM-Z250, and you can see the graphic on your screen there comparing the data from each bike. So as I said, we're not out here trying to compare these bikes. I mean, there's 30 years gap between these two bikes, but what was the biggest differences that you noticed when you jumped off 125 and got onto the RM-Z?
Mainly,
the track's getting pretty
getting pretty rough out there. I went out this when it was pretty smooth, so it was a lot different when I went out on this. But definitely the suspension. On this, it's just you can just blow through the whoops and the hard bumps, and this is you have to work a little bit with it, and but both were fun on the track. I mean, this one I like 125s too. It's like a little bit lighter and a little bit lighter feeling, and I've always liked the smaller displacement bikes, but the Suzuki 250 was excellent. It handled well. The power was really easy to ride. Good bottom, like smooth up to the top, and real easy to ride like the first couple laps. So I felt pretty comfortable.
So for a guy out there that's trying to decide which 250 you have to get for this year, what will be the main things that you tell them about the RM-Z?
I would just say, it's a really easy bike to get on and just ride, and it's got good power, excellent brakes, and suspension's really good, and just all overall pretty good bike.
Well, thank you so much for coming out today. We really appreciate it, and thank you guys for watching. And keep an eye out. We're going to be doing a fully modified test, a test on a fully modified version of this bike in the next few months here on RacerX Online. So thanks again for watching, and check back soon.